Welcome guys to another live stream. Game Atmosphere here. I hope everyone doing good today. Today is Monday, new week, and this week we have the PS5 Pro coming out. Yes. So guys, what have happened with the rumors about PS5 Pro? Now when it's like a revealed the specs to the PS5 Pro. So I am like a curious if Sony PlayStation is lying to us. It's so when we have the state of play that everyone is so excited about the PS5 Pro. This state of play show we just see the old games. Old games. What we have here, I must take this away. Yeah, state of play with the shitty games if I am like a truth about this PS5 Pro, because every game that they show is like an old game, like Spider-Man 2, Last of Us, that I play like a PlayStation 4. I play like the Last of Us 2 also on PlayStation 4, and I have not go back to that, and we have now the remaster and everything, and then we have the Final Fantasy 7, the Rebirth, that I play with PlayStation 1 with the bad graphic. I completed that game like a 50-60 hours, and we still waiting to the big games coming out. I waiting for the Silent Hill 2, I'm not gonna buy it before we get the PlayStation 5 Pro specs to that. Now I am most excited about the GT7, because I play a lot GT7 ray tracing with 60 FPS. That I am most excited about, and the Formula 1 24. Digital Foundry say that is almost like the PC specs about that game. That is like two games I am the most excited about, because that is like a racing games, and I love like a racing. And then they I have the boost mode. I gonna check out. I hope I get the PlayStation 5 Pro this week. It says that like tomorrow. It's on Thursday, but delivery says tomorrow, so we will see. I have day off tomorrow. I gonna unboxing it when I get it. I gonna check out maybe Alien, the Isolation, and try the boost mode with that game. But I don't think it's like an old game anyway, so then we must wait to the Metal Gear. Metal Gear coming out also next year, so we have a lot of games to waiting about. So guys, we go to the specs now and see what have happened here. If we looking the PS5 that I just sold, the slim version I don't have. I had the base version, AMD Ryzen 7 8 core. This is like the same thing. Nothing has changed about the CPU, but the GPU we have now, the bigger graphics card. And this is, guys, so strange, because this is we don't know sure yet what this is when it's coming to the RDNA, because the base version is 2 or 1.5 or 2, and this is so weird, because the rumors was that we gonna get 30 teraflops. 30, you can just imagine that. But now like the latest when they like release it is like 16 or what that is, because now we have somebody have tear down in Brazil this that is 16.7. So if I go here, guys, you see here now. Now we are in the videocards.com, guys, and they have tear down this already. How I crop this? Sorry, guys. What's happening now? We go here to the here we have the Google. We close this. Take a new. Sorry, guys, I am new to the OBS with the browser. I don't understand why it's not like a coming up. Why this is not disappear. Yes, go inside the Hoo. This is fucking incredible. This is so hard, this. Why it's not working? Moment, guys, moment. Now we're back in business. Wait, guys. this site? All right, now we are back in business. Video cards. I wanna go back to the, because about the 30 teraflops that Sony because everyone make the pre-booking to PS5 Pro, and everyone think that because Digital Foundry goes that it's gonna be like a 4070 graphics card, and Sony PlayStation not wanna say, but here you, why I cannot browse down this? Why is like this? Now I think I know what's the problem. Why I cannot scroll down this site? It's incredible. Here, wait. Boop, boop, boop. Here we have this, guys, but how I go down? Now is finally working, but why this? My mouse go down. Now I just must know, because my mouse not scrolling it up. This is crazy, why it's not, it go down so fast. Okay, we go down here again, news. Damn bum. I don't know what's the problem with this. Why it's not scrolling down? Why is disappearing up here? It's come that scroller, but why it's not it's disappearing. behind here somewhere. Why? Close this. How the fuck? Take it down, guys. This is unbelievable that I cannot go down on this page. Because I am interacting with this. Interact. And here I can go, but why I cannot go down? Guys, can somebody help me with this? How I scrolling down? How are you scrolling down the site? Okay, now we have it. I don't know what took so long time. Finally, guys. Because this is the Brazilian tear it down. This is like the correct specs from the PlayStation. Sorry guys, it took so long time. Here we have the right specs now, and it's the same. Now you see the 16.7 teraflops, the processor. And the rumor in the beginning was 30 teraflops, guys. So how the Sony PlayStation now, or who say it's gonna be 30 teraflops? But the memory is 16 GDR or 6 like we have PS5, but now we have the DDR5 2 gig more RAM, and this is gonna get the game developers more memory to working with. Everyone know who working with the computer that more you have, more pages you can have the same time up and working with. So this is really good that we get that. Okay, and the 2 terabyte. And this I thinking today about that why we don't have the 1 terabyte. I want 1 here and put more money, maybe 1,000 more to better graphics card. Because we can buy this more or delete games like I do with the PS5. I have the one like a 800 or what we have 670 something. Then I have one, and when I completed one game, I delete the one adventure game. So this I don't really need, but maybe someone need this. I don't know. And then we have this super speed, 2 of these, 10 fast, and then we have the yeah, I think we have 2 of these and 2 of A super speed and 2 of C high speed is the same speed. So 4 we have, and 1 SSD we can expansion like the PS5. And then we have the Bluetooth 5.0 like the PS5, the old one. HDMI out, and this. Here we have more power now. 390 watt it's gonna take to run this machine. And I think the old one have like a 3, I don't remember that, but this maybe is 340, I don't know. I don't remember. Comments me how much that was, but that was not 390. It's 300 or something. But the thing is now, guys, with this teraflop thing, that they like joking around with us, because play with our money, because we pay so much to booking this machine. So what happened with the teraflops, guys? Here they say Sony has also been watched about the GPU specs, only stating that it's based on RDNA architecture and provides 16.7 teraflops. Unofficially, the PS5 Pro reportedly featured 30 workgroup processor, 60 RDNA 3 compute units, and RDNA 4 ray tracing acceleration. The former data say 33.5 teraflop, which is how AMD describe its RDNA dual issue, dual guys, compute performance. So in my mind, this is dual, 16.7 times 2. It's the 33.5 teraflops, but is still like a lying to us about this, or what is happening with this? I don't understand, because the Xbox, if someone can comment me about the Xbox Series X, that have a lot more than PlayStation 5, and that was almost like this 16, I think, on that teraflop. But the teraflops not do anything, guys. It's not like because on PlayStation we have still the good games. They can do games to PlayStation. Xbox Series X, I have that. I love the machine. I see the better graphic. I play both the beta on Black Ops 6 PlayStation and Xbox Series X, and I see the difference is more crispy on the Xbox Series X, but I think they don't have so much games I play. If you like I told before about the Xbox, if you pay already the Ultimate Game Pass, you just play Xbox. It's too expensive to play both Ultimate Game Pass and PlayStation Plus. PS Plus is like a stupid, so you must I have PC now 4060, so I can play the PC games also. The Stalker 2 soon I gonna play. I can buy the Game Pass for play that if I want. But this is weird, guys. That's why my thumbnail today about why the Sony PlayStation lying to us. Why they don't say from the beginning that because we paying like a $700 in Sweden. I pay 10,500 plus I buy this vertical stand $30, and the disc station $150. So it's like a 12,500, and why they cannot come from the beginning when the state of play at this is what you got, you pay this or not. But I just thinking about, I hope it's good machine now, because I buy already the vertical stand and the disk drive. But if I know this already before I buy that, maybe I still thinking to get this machine. This is my point about this, guys, that why is like you can understand and comment me about this, like a hiding thing from PlayStation. So we will see when the games come out what is this teraflop thing gonna be, if it's dual channel or they lie to us, or what RDNA we gonna get, because they not writing anything on the here. They just like a writing, this is the when they tear down the PS5 in Brazil now. I think it was yesterday. This is the stamps, I think, somewhere in the box or in the machine inside. That this is the graphic, RDNA AMD Radeon. Why they don't write here what is the architecture here? If it's RDNA 4 in that or RDNA 3, why they hiding that? Because people pay so much money about this. We will know, I wanna know. But I don't think it's like RDNA 2 because now we have the machine learning AI upscaling, guys. PSSR or what the name for that, upscaler. So I don't know why they like a hiding, why they don't like a write 3/4 here that is like a, from the new earlier 4 maybe AI upscaler that is coming to this machine. I think it's 4, little bit about 4, but everything is like a hiding from us. I don't like when it's so much money. It's not, I don't care if it's like a 500 is some like a game you're buying, but now it's like a yeah, I am a little bit frustrated when I see this yesterday, this when they tear down and they not like this teraflop thing was like a disaster. But I think when the Digital Foundry showed when they show the FF21 that is like a PC graphics on the FF24, and that make me I wanna buy this machine when I see this. And here we have when they open it. Yeah, this is everything about this, guys, and we gonna go now to after the specs. Let me see if I go back from here. We go to YouTube. We go to YouTube, guys, and we put the Digital Foundry. Why I buy this? Why I wanna buy this? Today they have like a release this unboxing this also. But when they talking about the F24, this is amazing stuff. This is like impressive upgrades, he say, Oliver.
Well, the first game that you've highlighted is, and it's a curious one, an unexpected one, I'd say, F124. Now, we know from the PC version that Codemasters are really pushing features on that. There's a lot going on in that PC build, and therefore, I guess...
On the PlayStation 5 as well, plus RTAO, plus RT transparency, and RT opaque reflections. And we do have some footage here that I was able to match, part of at least, but in the few shots that I was able to match, the RTAO and the RT reflections can make a pretty insane visual difference, like a really stunning visual difference relative to the PS5 version with just DDGI. In the right circumstances, I think it's almost a generational leap. Like the quality of the RTAO makes such a big difference in indirectly lit areas of the track, like on the start of Monaco here, RTAO that you're not seeing on the big on PC before. But it looks really, really good. Right, T-mode. The only real compromise I'd say is
always interesting
tourist you don't get in the 4K modes.
8K mode tuned to console hardware, so it's going to get better and better over time. We're adding it to our current title. It's going to go into our engine, and we can improve our engine over time, as we always do with Ego. And we're hopeful that we can add PSSR to more modes in the future.
Okay, interesting. Well, we just don't really know what the computational cost is of PSSR and whether it's going to be viable for every game. But I guess having an inbuilt upscaling solution kind of makes the job a bit easier for a more short-term solution.
Yeah, and in terms of that quality of the 8K mode, it did look very sharp, very precise, very good in an 8K set like they had download for me there, even when I was looking at it at very close range. So I don't think there's any image quality compromise there. Indeed, I'd be interested to see how their TAU would compare to PSSR in that 4K quality mode. But I think with PSSR, it's more of a more of a matter of like the model is getting better all the time, and they should get additional improvements. And especially as they fine tune and tweak things, I'm sure that image quality will probably be in a bit of a better spot. But I think it's totally worth it for the additional RT because it makes just such a transformative difference in that game.
Utforska en exotisk ö. Smaka på en storstad. Eller upplev mer av Thailand. TUI. Allt som en resa kan vara.
Power håller priset 100% low, som till exempel en laptop från Asus för 3990, spara 2809. Eller en skaftdammsugare från Bosch för 3999, spara 2100. Kolla in power.se för fler galna low prices.
That is one game I'm gonna look at and play that. And then beginning of next year, I hope the Metal Gear's
The release of F123 gives us the most complete version of the F1 series to date, both in pushing its in-house Ego engine and also adding to the game's huge range of modes. Developer Codemasters truly doubles down here with more ways to play, more variety in the form of a new episode in the Breaking Point story, reuniting us with character Aiden after a 2-year hiatus as we climb the ranks of the F1 world. We get the full career mode as usual, and even split screen, but also more ray tracing features. This year, dynamic diffuse global illumination is added on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, S and PC, and so for F123, DDGI adds to an already extensive list of ray tracing technologies from last year's game, on top of ray traced reflections, ambient occlusion, transparencies, and shadows. So, just how big an upgrade is the game with DDGI enabled? Is it a massive difference? And secondly, just how close do the PS5 and Series X versions get in comparison to a fully maxed out PC release, where ray tracing engages in actual gameplay? And lastly, how does a PC GPU, like the RTX 4080 in example today, need to be set up to get there? Let's find out. Let's get to the basics first. As far as the console releases go, both PS5 and Xbox Series X use much the same setup as F122. In direct comparison, they push the same core visuals. Both target 3840 by 2160 during gameplay, with matching shadows, textures, and draw distances. And, as before, each console does get ray tracing features, but with a catch. The ray trace reflections, shadows, and ambient occlusion, and even the new DDGI all engage. However, it's only active in the game's menus, the pre-race build-up scenes, and replays. For any actual gameplay, PS5 and Series X revert to typical rasterized techniques instead for shadows, reflections, and so on. The Ego engine switches settings the exact moment you're able to accelerate at the starting grid, which means, for example, ray trace reflections are swapped out for screen space reflections, SSR, and likewise we get screen space AO instead. Interestingly, the resolution is also dynamic on each console, but as you'd expect, the resolution only typically drops under 4K in the moments where ray tracing engages. So for example, at lowest, I've spotted 3072 by 1728 during replays, and alongside the res drop, these areas also tend to run at an obviously sub 60 FPS frame rate, or even 30 FPS capped in the menus. A quick note on Series S next. Impressively, we get all the same ray tracing features here as on PS5 and Series X. Even the new global illumination kicks in, which I'll get to in a second. And yes, it's also got all the same compromises in that the ray tracing only works in the menus, pre-race scenes, and replays. The other drawback? Well, if we compare Series S directly to Series X, the resolution takes a noticeable hit down to 1080p. The upside is the TAA method, the temporal anti-aliasing, does a reasonable job of clearing the rough aliased edges, and image quality generally holds up pretty well. So, the good news? F123 on Series S doesn't miss out on any visual features which we're so used to seeing in other games. Jumping over to performance testing next, and the frame rate in F123 is a curious point. Whether it's PS5, Series X or S, Codemasters has seriously put in the legwork to make sure it's a rock-solid 60 frames per second on each. As far as the core racing experience goes, all are in perfect shape. PS5, for example, locks to 60 even on the most taxing circuits, like Monaco, with all AI cars in view and heavy rain. It just flies through, and likewise for Series X here. Not a single frame dropped. Sure, we missed the ray tracing, but the net result is the quickest response a 60Hz monitor is able to muster. And better yet, 120Hz displays are also supported by selecting the performance mode in the menus, which I'll get to in a moment. Keeping to this default quality mode though, you're getting a flawless experience, where even Series S is well optimized. The lower target of 1080p on Series S is a steep drop in pixels being pushed, but the payoff is pretty clear. Now, with all that in mind, there are a few quirks to how the Ego engine is set up on console, and they reveal just why ray tracing isn't included on console during gameplay itself. The menus and pre-race scenes for a start are 30fps capped, no doubt to hide the performance drops under 60. And in a similar vein, the cockpit view just before a race uses ray tracing too, but in this case applies no framerate cap on PS5, Series X or S. All of which means we get the raw performance metrics for just how the game might have run with RT features. In practice then, with ray tracing enabled, we're looking at 30 to 40 FPS at the starting grid on all consoles, and curiously, once the race finishes, the AI takes control of the vehicle with an alternative camera view, and ray tracing kicks in again, only this time it's uncapped with no VSync. So screen tearing is introduced running up and down the frame, and again we have performance between 30 to 40 FPS on PS5, Series X and S. The point being that it clearly wouldn't be enjoyable playing like this with ray tracing, but also it makes you wonder if other cutbacks, in resolution especially, could potentially claw back performance to 60 FPS on these machines while keeping ray tracing intact. Next along, let's check out the 120Hz mode on console. Really, 120fps is a perfect fit for F123, and it's only supported on PS5 and Series X via their performance modes. In other words, Series S is left out here with no toggle. For PS5 and Series X, the resolution drops to a 1440p target, with parts of the image scaling down to 720p in the worst case. But with all that in place, it's rock solid at 120. Even in this extreme scenario on Monaco with 20 cars and heavy rain, it barely buckles on either console. Bizarrely enough though, ray tracing does still engage in this mode during the pre-race cockpit view and the replays, and with predictably disastrous results for the frame rate. And in a way, this answers our earlier question. What if Codemasters were to drop the resolution on console to 1440p and under in this case, in order to enable ray tracing with 60fps in mind? Now, the game is fully unlocked to 120fps here, but sadly, yes, adding ray tracing here drops the frame rate to 40 to 50fps, which is still a boost over the 30 to 40fps range we have in the 4K quality mode by around 10 frames per second. The drop from 4K to 1440p helps clearly, but it's still not enough to allow ray tracing in gameplay at 60fps. For that, at least right now, we have to turn to PC.
Curious about automated vehicles, but not sure where to start? You can learn about and identify the right solution for your business at antdriven.com. Find out everything there is to know about AGVs, automated forklifts, and AMRs with our free in-depth guides. Then explore the return on investment possible with AGVs and browse a wide range of vehicles from producers right around the world. Since every vehicle on the site is driven by Bluebotics and Navigation,
Xbox Series X. How many teraflops? You see, guys, 12.1 teraflops, and in PS5 Pro we have 16 something, little bit over 16. So PS5 Pro is just 4 teraflops more. That is incredible, guys. I sold almost the same Series X, like I sold it for $430. Now I must pay $600 more to get like 4 teraflops more. It's fucking crazy, guys. This is a big joke, guys. and the ray tracing with the 30 FPS. But seriously, guys, this was this specs about this, that we get the 2 DDR5 RAM more. That is the big news. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Yeah, this come like out yesterday, this leak about the 16.7 teraflops we get, guys, and 10 teraflops on PS5, and Xbox have 14. Wi-Fi 7 support, but I don't need the Wi-Fi because I play in the basement. I must have the LAN cable and extra USB-C 390 max, and 350 watt was on the base version. So that is it, that, guys. And we will see now when it's come out, the machine. All right, guys. Guys, give me thumbs up and subscribe and push the notification bell. And I like I told, I gonna unboxing. I don't know if I gonna make that live stream and play games. I just buy this computer last week, so I gonna buy also now the capture card 4K, so I can live stream better with a better resolution with the PS5 Pro. Also, I gonna make everything happen. And sorry about this little bit hazard with how I don't know the browser on OBS, how I like go to the different menus like a better, like a pro do, but everything is in the learning curve, guys. So I hope it was okay. And I hope everyone have a lovely Monday, and we see in the games and next live stream, guys. Have a nice day now. Ciao.